Yeah. You know what? I'm not really feeling this one today. If only you could just clap your hands and at least ride something else for one. What? Yes! Okay, so this, guys, is Eleanor. Yes, I'm naming this one because she reminds me of the colors of the Mustang on Gone in 60 Seconds. She gets a name, her name, Eleanor. Eleanor. I've already put 552 miles on Eleanor. And I gotta tell you, oh my god, she's just insane. Even in standard mode, I'm in standard right now. Man, does she go. Just a wee bit better than the WR. Just a tad. I mean, it's oh, it's way better. Now, I think the wind protection on the WR, even though there was really none, it was still better than the FZ-09 because it was at least right here. You had the little front fairing there. There's a biker. And there's absolutely nothing. I did order a sport windshield to put on it just today. I'm going to see how that does. I did not want to get a shield for it because I think they look a little weird with shields on. But, man, you need something, especially for this right here. I mean, I can tuck in a little bit and the wind's not near as bad. This is perfect right here, actually. But, traveling down interstate a lot, you need some kind of wind protection or you're just going to get very fatigued very quickly. So, but anyway, oh my gosh, I love this bike. She is absolutely beautiful. I've got nothing but compliments about her. And honestly, I was looking at the FZ-07s. The FZ-07s, I actually like the styling of the FZ-07 better. But I did get to ride an FZ-09 locally, and this was last February. This is September, the end of September. I did get to ride one last February. Fell in love with it. It was yellow. I didn't care for the yellow. So, but I fell in love with it, and it could have been pink. That day I wanted to take it home. I didn't care. But I decided then and there that I was going to have a bike fund. That I was going to be saving as much as possible, working as much overtime as possible, working, you know, anywhere else I could on my days off. I saved up the cash, went and got her, and actually drove 300 miles one way, 300 miles back, so it was about a 10-hour drive in one day just to go pick her up. She had 1 mile on her. That's because they told me they were bringing it in and out of the store. I don't see why you just don't push them out of the store. Just push them. But what's awesome, here's a little tidbit of information, is it was made, its manufacturing date is 04/2015. 04, April, that's my birthday. Now, if it would have been in 2016, it would have been exactly my birthday, you know, even though that would have been the year. But still, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was great. So, we're more one than I thought. both April babies. I love it. She is absolutely a dream. And I'm going to stop chatting for a second, switch it up, and I'm trying to go to a spot where I heard that it's a great place to ride. I'm trying to do this on a day that's really cloudy. I'm hoping it's not going to rain on us. I want to try and keep her out of the rain. I kept the WR because when I'm going to be riding on a rainy day, I'd much rather ride the WR. The WR has been in rain, has been in bad weather, and it's just a dirt bike. It's just, to me, it's a little more okay for the dirt bike to get soaking wet and whatnot. And plus, I have a stand for it. I can clean the chain a lot easier, a lot quicker. This one I don't have a stand yet to clean and maintain the chain near as easy, so I can keep her out of the rain. That helps even more. So, but no, yeah, wind protection absolutely sucks on interstate. That's no doubt. Probably getting a lot of shakiness in the video because it's kind of rocking my head around a little bit. But oh my gosh, the power. Especially jumping off of a 250 dirt bike. I use dirt bike lightly. A 250, a WR250R onto this is outstanding. It's so great to have, well, it's not great to have somebody to pull out in front of you, but if somebody pulls out in front of you, it's so great to have that feeling of I'm about to smoke you, rather than, oh my god, I have to sit behind this crap. You don't even have to shift out of 6th gear if you're doing 50, 60 miles an hour. I mean, you can just easily scoot around somebody in 6th gear. No problem. Now, if you really want to just scoot around someone doing that speed, drop it down to, well, I haven't dropped it down to 2nd yet, but dropping it down to 3rd, taking off, it's great. I actually, near my home, got behind a dump truck just the other day dropping rocks and whatnot. I backed off of it, getting onto a bridge, going uphill off the on-ramp. Nobody was coming, so I hit the far left lane as soon as we got off the ramp. From 35 to 95, shifted from 3rd to 4th, picked up the wheel in 4th gear up the hill, and but before I even got to the top of the bridge, which it's a very short climb onto the top of the bridge, I was doing 95, nearly 100. So, I mean, wow. Yeah, it may not be super bike, but oh my gosh, it's like the muscle car of the bike world. Another good reason for the Eleanor name. Tons of acceleration, tons of power, maybe not all that top end like an exotic has. Of course, now muscle cars are becoming pretty crazy with top end as well, but it's like the muscle car of the bike world. It's just minimalistic and fun. I love it. Love it. Now, my first upgrade will be exhaust. Other than the windscreen, of course. I wouldn't really call that an upgrade, more than just an add-on. But my first upgrade will be exhaust. The exhaust note is quiet, but it's got a good tone to it when you hear it. Great tone. Okay, so it's slightly rained here. So I'm going to keep her in standard. But, I mean, just rolling on. Picks up the front end, and I just easily rolled on. That was nothing. That was nothing. God, it's fun, if anything. Just fun. Just fun. Now, a lot of people talk about the suspension on the bike, which, yeah, I won't lie. I mean, I have noticed that if you do get a little more aggressive, there's a little bit of kangaroo-ness. It wants to do a little boing boing action. But I'm also not such a serious rider to where it doesn't work for me. Now I've still got some adjustment here where I'm gonna tighten it up a little bit, at least on the dampening end. Maybe not stiffen it up too much, but I think I said that right. But anyway, I mean, I'm a lighter guy. I'm right at 6 foot, 165, all muscles lady. Are all muscle ladies. Ha 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 ha! It doesn't work when you mess it up, does it? But yeah, God, it just recently rained right here. Wonderful. So I'm not gonna freaking act crazy, because I'm not gonna act like I am completely BA either. I mean, especially this bike, I have a chicken strip about this wide. I don't give a crap if somebody wants to get on to me for that. I don't care. I don't care. She's beautiful, and I want to try to keep her that way, you know? Until I absolutely feel 100% that I can do that with her and not have a problem, I will. But now I can do that with the WR. I'll lay the WR over and start scraping the side of the boot, but it's just it's a different mindset on that thing. I'm more used to that. This one, not so much. In fact, it feels like there's a little more effort because the back tire is a 180, so I'm going from 180 to a 120 back tire on that WR to a 180 on this. I'm not saying that this thing is not agile. It's very agile, but it's just different between this and the WR for me. Oh God. Now it does have decent suspension for rough roads, so that's good. It's softer for a reason. but man, yeah, it could use a little improvement, but it's not going to keep you off the bike. It's not going to make you want to quit riding this thing. Again, the acceleration is just superb. I texted a friend the other day who used to have an R1, and I told him, I said, man, anytime we were in high school or anything like that, working on cars and whatnot, you know, you're looking at 0 to 60 times. Like, oh, this car can go 0 to 60 3.5 seconds or 4 seconds or 5 seconds. You know, and I got my F-150 to where the dude was doing 7 seconds. I know 7 seconds doesn't sound fast, but you know, it was a 4.6 F-150 with no power, and it went from a 10-second 0 to 60 to a 7-second 0 to 60. So we were always, long story short, even though I've already went through the story, we were always measuring acceleration in 0 to 60 times. I told him, I said, it doesn't work for this bike. There's like no numbers in between 0 and 60. So, I've seen forums and whatnot and different write-ups about the bike, and it shows a 2.7 0 to 60 time. I have topped the bike out on a closed track. Disclaimer. And it is electronically limited to 132. It wants to do more than 132. It wants more than 132. Now, I want to try and actually get it reprogrammed or get that top speed limiter taken off. But the dealership that I got this from, they said that they have a guy. I'm going to shift up to 6 instead of chilling at 4th. But they did have a guy that actually got a programmer for his FZ-09, and he's had nothing but problems since then. They said they're not sure if he messed up an install or if it's just a straight up lemon, and it was yellow, by the way, lemon. But they said it just really wasn't all that, that great. It was bad for his bike anyway. So that kind of makes me a little iffy about doing that, but I'd like to have my bike to where it will do, 140, 150 area. I don't know why. Do you need to go that fast? No. But, it's a bike. You want to be faster than everything else on the road. What's the point in having a bike if you don't have speed? I know there's a lot of people that say, It's just for the ride. It's just for being out in the open air and enjoying the ride. I like to enjoy the ride a little faster. You know, when I'm not on a brand new bike and I want to baby her. But yeah, what, 573 miles. They told me to change the oil at 600 and then 1,000. I wanted to change the oil at 100, but there was nowhere around here that had yeah, that thing, you know that thing? Yeah, an oil filter. Ah, there we go. No one here had an oil filter, so I had to order the oil filter. I've only had the bike for a solid week, 7 days. Put nearly 600 miles on it. But I changed the oil with full synthetic Mobil 1 at 400 miles, a little over 400 miles. I wanted to change it a little sooner. The oil was still very clean. The oil was still, you know, very, very pretty. The oil was still very pretty. I didn't really notice any shavings in the oil or anything like that, anything crazy. But I also wanted to just get synthetic, full synthetic for her, because I put full synthetic in everything I own. And the full synthetic, she actually shifts a lot easier with full synthetic. The shifts are a lot more smooth. Before, the shifts seemed a little clunkier. Man, I want to take it easier on these turns. These tires are not, I mean, like I said, I have chicken strips, I know. So it's still a little slick on those areas, I guess. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a wuss, but God, I just don't want to mess her up. I don't want to mess her up. It took too long to get her, and I don't want to mess her up. And yes, I wish the roads weren't as wet as they were. I mean, there's a little dry spot here. But I mean, I'm not going to say that, ooh, I would be carving these turns. Because there's a lot faster riders than me. At least on a bike. I'm not going to say that with a four-wheeler. I'm not going to say that with a sport ATV. But on two wheels, oh, absolutely. There's definitely people faster. So, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be carving up the turns anyway, but I'd be going, you know, faster than what I have been doing. But we did pass a cop back there as well, so I guess it's for the best. But anyway, it's really light, 414 pounds wet. I think 414 or 417. I think it differs between the California and the non-California bike. So I'm not in California, so I'm assuming 414, at least, you know. Hey, there's a deer. See, that's the thing that scares me the most. Deer. As a biker, that scares me more than anything. More than little girls texting, or anybody texting, really. Freaking deer. That's what freaks me out. Oh my God, am I speeding? No, okay, no. I thought I was. Roads are soaked, filled with cops, and I think a lot of the cooler roads are gravel and dirt. This would have been a good road to come down with the WR. And that's why I kept the WR. That's why I'm still on the WR2. Well, not now, but, I mean, still. You got poo-poo on you. Yeah, there's lots of places the WR could go out here. Okay, so I'm finding more places to go with the WR. Now, I need gas soon. Okay, I need gas soon. Okay, so yeah, miles per gallon. If I'm doing about 50 to 60, I can get, well, I'm doing about 50, 60 miles an hour, I can get about 50 miles per gallon, a little more. But most of the time what I figured out is I'm getting about 42 miles per gallon. And that's actually riding somewhat conservatively. when you hit interstate, you're no longer in eco mode doing 80 miles an hour. So that doesn't help either. But lead-wristed person that I am, doesn't help either. I'll say that, and I'm not speeding right now. That's because I do not know this area. I do not know where all the cops are sitting, and it seems like it's filled with cops this way. And yes, I'm wearing my full suit right now. It's not a suit, it's pants and a jacket. So I know I look like a doofus because I'm not doing any serious riding, but I was worried about catching any kind of rain, so stay at least somewhat dry. Even though I don't want her to be in rain either, but I wanted to ride today. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Alright, well I guess I'm going to turn around soon because I have not seen the first freaking gas station in miles. Okay, so this kind of did just get interesting before I turned around. There's nice little hills and whatnot. Yeah! You guys that are up north can bite me. This is what we get in Louisiana. These are the biggest freaking hills we have. This is our joy. Look, a hill. Oh my God. It's amazing. Oh my God. Get those nice little whoops and just takes your breath away a little bit. God, that's so much fun. And I am 12. Operation of this vehicle of someone who is 18 or younger will result in death. Okay, it doesn't say that. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Whee! Oh. Except the roller coaster just keeps going. Oh my gosh. Here you go again. Whee! If somebody drives up behind me or sees me in the front coming this way, you're gonna think I'm very, very, well, I am very, very special. See, this is what the FZ-09 does to you. It makes you a little crazy. Because it's so much fun. Whee! Oh, 45. Fine. But anyway, the new bike reveal is the FZ-09 Eleanor. The beautiful beast. The matte silver with the blue rims. You can see that. So, love her, love everything about her. She's a beautiful, beautiful girl. Guys, there will be a lot more rides soon enough with a little more speed, a little more fun, a little more action, please. That may not be the words, but it made me think of that too. A little more satisfaction, or a little more action, please. Anyway, that's either here nor there. Doofus. Thanks guys for always watching. Sorry it's been so long since I've uploaded another video, but hey, now I've got the proper gear. Woo! I've got the proper bike. Yeah! And, you know, we can have a little more fun on our rides. And then we'll go down stuff like that with the DWR. I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Oh my God. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again.